Hi, I'm Madeline Hart, and this is another episode of Beyond the Blue. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received in my whole life? If you could be any kind of lawyer, which kind would you be? I would be the kind of lawyer that I am right now, which is a public defender. I do criminal defense for a living. I love it. I would not choose to be any other kind of lawyer. I love helping people get out of pickles that they're in. Why do you think the LSAT is part of law school admissions? Okay, well, there are studies that show that the LSAT is a somewhat decent predictor of performance in law school. It's different from the SAT, which doesn't predict anything. So I do think that many, if not most, of the skills on the LSAT are applicable to law school, especially knowing necessary and sufficient conditions, knowing about the different fallacies, being able to read very difficult passages and being able to kind of internalize that quickly. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but it does kind of map onto law school. What is your go-to comfort food? Okay, easily, and maybe this is embarrassing for me, but the Trader Joe's bean and cheese burritos with the black beans, they come in the yellow wrapper. Please don't sell them out, but they're so good. If you were a lawyer in a movie, what would your catchphrase be? He's innocent. What are the most common mistakes LSAT takers make? One I've been seeing a lot recently with students is leaving questions blank. You do not lose points by getting one wrong, but you could miss out on points if you aren't guessing properly. So if you're running out of time at the end of a section, don't leave those blank. For the love of God, please don't do that. Just fill them all in with C or D, whichever one you like better, and you'll have a much better chance of at least racking up a few more points. What TV or film most realistically portrays a lawyer and why? Okay, I can't think of what most realistically does, but I will tell you right now that Anna Delvey series is terrible. Prison looks way more comfortable than it does in real life. That's not realistic at all. What song would you say best encapsulates the feeling of taking the LSAT? Why do I want to say Promiscuous Boy? It just feels so silly. If you could create an additional section for the LSAT, what would it test? Feats of strength. What's your guilty pleasure TV show or movie? I love Bridgerton. Bridgerton is fabulous. I don't care what anyone says. It's stylized, it's art. The Queen's wigs are amazing. Love Bridgerton. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Okay, it would be the bean and cheese burritos from Trader Joe's. I just am obsessed with them. I almost eat those, not every day. I eat them multiple times a week though. What's your favorite piece of advice you've given about taking the LSAT? Okay, this is kind of a off-the-wall one, but my therapist told me this, and I've given this to lots of students. Your sense of smell, where that is in the brain, is really close to where your memory is. So studying with the same smell over and over again can be really helpful for recall during an exam. So if you wear the same perfume or have an essential oil that you like, that can actually be extremely helpful. It can also kind of help you calm your nerves as well if you're somebody who gets anxious during tests. Do you have a hidden talent? What is it? I can lick my elbow. Is that a talent? Well, I'm gonna lick my sleeve a little bit, but there you go. I know, yeah, I'm made of rubber. I think I have a limit on how many more of those I can do.